It's time for an unheralded hobbit from the Lord of the Rings set to have his day in the sunshine with Saradoc, Master of Brandybuck. Well, I hope all you guys are having a good evening tonight. I am. This deck just went 5-0 for me during my recording session. This is my small fries deck featuring Saradoc, Master of Brandybuck. Now, I saw this card and I was like, okay, I want to kind of build something around this, so I wanted to see what I could do with it. So let's talk about the deck. This is Saradoc, Master of Buckland. For 3 and a white, you get a 2/4 halfling citizen that when it or another non-token creature power 2 or less enters the battlefield, you go ahead and create a 1/1 halfling creature token, and then you can tap 2 other untapped halflings, and he gets +2/+0 and lifelink until end of turn. So he's a 2/4, but he's technically a 4/4 as long as you have 2 halflings to tap to go with him. So this is just kind of a fun little punching card, and we have ways to either go very wide with the deck, or we can make him tall and punch through and do a lot of damage. So let's talk about the rest of the stuff. I'm not going to go over every single card in the deck, because a lot of these show up in pretty much everybody's deck list. But I'm going to talk about the Lord of the Rings stuff and some important cards to the deck. So first off, let's talk about the brand new Giver of Runes. This came in the Historic Anthology. For a white, you get a 1/2 core cleric, you tap it, another creature you control gains protection from colorless or a color until end of turn. So if you're coming up against a monocolored opponent, you can give Saradoc Pro whatever color they happen to be, and he'll punch through. And then if you tap your hobbits, he just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. We also have in here the Slip on the Ring card, which is a way to protect Saradoc or any other thing, but it also blinks. So in this case, you can blink Saradoc and get an extra Hobbit token off of it. And then you can make something your Ring Bearer, which then makes it so if your stuff is unblockable because their stuff's too big, so you can make Saradoc a Ring Bearer and be like, okay, well now he can come on through, and then you tap the creatures to make him bigger after the blockers have been declared. So that's a fun little trick to do. In the removal column, we have 3 newer cards in here too. We have Hobbit Sting. 1 and a white, deals X damage to target creature where X is the number of creatures plus food you control. We don't have much in the way of food in the deck, but we have enough creatures going wide that this can do enough damage to really set us up as a good 2 mana removal spell. We also have Lost to Legend. This thing is amazing in Commander and amazing in Historic Brawl, and anything that relies on legendary creatures for the most part, because it's basically tuck your commander back in your deck, or it goes back to your command zone for 4 turns. So I mean, it's just a great all-around card. And then we have Battle of Bywater, 1 white, destroy all creatures power 3 or greater, create a food token for each creature you control. For the most part, this deck is bolstering its go wide strategy, so it's just basically a cheap 3 mana Wrath effect for the most part, unless your opponents have lower to the ground stuff that's not going to get hit by it. But all in all, it's a great way to go ahead and just blow the board up. And then we also have the brand new Wayfarer's Bauble. From one of the anthologies, we get a colorless, pay 2 and tap it, sack the bauble, search your library for a basic land, put it on the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. It's just fetch in non-green, so it was just a good idea to throw it in the deck. And then moving on to our card draw selection here, I have the new Dawn of a New Age. For 1 and a white, it's an enchantment. When it enters, you put a hope counter on it for every creature you control, and then during the end step, you remove a hope counter and draw a card, and then if the last counter is removed, you sack it and gain 4 life. This is actually a really good card. I've had this in a few different decks now, and I'm surprised at how well it actually works for us, because it's just a good perpetual card draw advantage for us. As long as we have like 4 or 5 creatures on the board when you drop this down, it's just a great way to draw cards. And we have some proliferate in the deck, so we can proliferate the hope counters and draw that out if you have those cards available to us. And then this is just our bulk up our go wide strategy, all the little dinks, all the little tokens and stuff. This is going to bolster our stuff. And we have some things that I have not really used much before here. We have Flowering of the White Tree. White, legendary creatures get +2/+1 and have ward 1, so it makes Saradoc bigger. Non-legendary creatures get +1/+1, so it makes our stuff a little bit bigger. It's just an Anthem effect for 2. We also have in here Now for Wrath, Now for Ruin. He puts a counter on all of our stuff, and then gives them Vigilance and then a Ring Temptation as well. So this works out really well for us. And I accidentally grabbed the card. I gotta let it go, or I'll take it out of the deck if I don't. And then in the creature category, we're using Samwise the Stout-Hearted. Flash 2/1, get stuff back for us, and it is a halfling to tap for Saradoc. Excuse me. We also have Shire Sheriff, 1 and a white 2/2 halfling soldier with vigilance. When it enters, you can sack a token, and then you can exile something of your opponent. So you can sack a treasure token, you can sack a food token, you can sack one of the 1/1 halflings or whatever. Just something. Feed it to the Shire Sheriff and get rid of the thing that's in your way and just go to town. We're also using Boromir, Warden of the Tower, 3/3 vigilance. Opponents can't free cast anything. And then sacrifice it, Warden of the Tower. You get to make all your stuff indestructible and get a ring tempting on it as well. Then we have Rosie of Cotton of Southlane. It's another halfling in here in the deck. You create a food token off of it, and then whenever you create a token, you put a counter on another creature. So as you're making tokens off of Saradoc and all this other stuff, you can start bolstering up individual creatures. And then I have at the end here some things that work well. This isn't a Lord of the Rings card, but it works really well with Saradoc, but you lose something with him with this. We have Divine Visitation in here. Whenever a creature token is created, you create that many 4/4 angel tokens instead with vigilance and flying. So our 1/1 halflings with nothing going on for them become 4/4 angels. But on the flip side, we lose the ability to pump Saradoc with those tokens. So it's kind of a trade-off. Is the extra 3 power and the flying going to push you over the top, or do you just need to stick with the hobbits? So bear in mind, if you play this card, which way you want to go with it. And then the last 3 cards that are newer here that I want to talk about, we have Lorien Brooch, which is Trailblazer's Boots reskinned. Equipped creature has non-basic land walk. So I got this in here because multicolored decks are going to have non-basic lands in them, and it's a good way to punch Saradoc through for extra damage because then they can't block him. Same thing with Bilbo's Ring. Pay 3 as long as it's your turn. Equipped creature has hexproof and can't be blocked, so on our turn they can't destroy whatever's equipped, and it can't be blocked. And then if it attacks by itself, you draw a card and lose a life, and it equips for 1 if it targets a halfling. So if you would target like one of your halfling tokens or one of the halflings in the deck or just Saradoc himself, then it costs 1 to put it on there, and then it makes him unblockable. So that's just a good way to go about it. And then we have Mithril Coat, just as it's a legendary, makes a legendary creature get equipped at instant speed, and the creature's indestructible. So it's a good way to trick our opponents into running into Saradoc or trying to fight him or whatever, and then be like, whoops, it's indestructible, you can't kill it. So, and then the 1 land from the set, we have Minas Tirith in here. Enters tapped unless you have a legendary creature, adds white, and then you can pay 1 and a white to draw a card if you attack with 2 or more creatures this turn. So it's just a good little card draw engine, and it fits the themes of the deck. So that's what I have for you today. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get to the gameplay. Atraxa. Ugh. This could be kind of ugly. We'll start off with this. We do have a fairly aggressive curve. Let's see if we can actually make this happen before they get out ahead of us, because Atraxa tends to do things to fix their mana base first. Because otherwise, if they have to spend their time destroying creatures or whatever, it slows them down. So we're just going to try to put the foot to the floor here and just try to get rid of them as quick as we can. Oh good, we don't have to use the Fabled Passage. That was like my hope. I was like, I don't want to do like Fabled Passage and have it be like a mess with the Felidar Retreat. I'd rather get the double landfall triggers off of it. Alright. So they're going to town here. Kind of... It's like, this is the temptation. It's like, do I do Saradoc or do I just go nuts with Mondrak? I think it's Mondrak. I think I get that down. And then we'll just send everything. If they want to block the Usher, I'm quite okay with that, because I was tempted just to blow that Kami out of the water with the Fateful Absence. That trade is pretty good. So if they play a land and they drop a Atraxa here, I might just blast it with the Fateful Absence. The alternative option is to get Saradoc down and get 2 tokens off of Mondrak and then cross our fingers that we don't get blown out by like a board wipe. There's options here. Alright, so there's Atraxa. I think the play here is actually going to be the Welcoming Vampire, go get the land, and then I'm going to blow Atraxa up. That way they don't get to be doing a bunch of proliferate shenanigans, and I can just, you know, smash it out of my way. I'll get a Clarion Spirit trigger, I'll get 2 things, I'll get a card. Yeah, they didn't like that. I just want to see what we would have had coming through then. They would have had a 1/1, and then it would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage coming through with nothing but an Esper Sentinel to block with. Whoops. Crucias. Uh-oh. Well, luckily they just nerfed the ever-living crap out of him and knocked the toughness down to 1, so they can't just stick him in front of our stuff and let it blow up. I kind of like this hand. We'll see what we got. And it got just a little bit better. The lands help immensely. Yes, you swing, I will block. Alright, let's see here. I think the option right now is just going to be the Usher. Now we'll leave Swords to Plowshares open. And we'll pass for now. I also have Fight as 1 open, so then like I can save the Usher and the Thraben Inspector. Yeah, that's me doing this. That's a great big no. Because that guy is the suck. So, alright, we're just going to go ahead and swing. Oh, they didn't want to do it. Okay. Welcoming Vampire it is. Now if they have removal to burn, they can use it. Okay, it's the 1 ring. So be it. Alright, so this becomes a question of, do I need to protect my board or not? Because if I don't, then Mondrak's the play. If I do, I need to leave stuff open. I think at this point, I'm just going to swing. We'll see what they do. Okay, so they left that go. I'm going to do this. I'm going to create that. I'm going to get a card off of it. And then let it hit. Because 5 mana is coming next turn. They could have something like Burn Down the House or Crux of Fate or something like that. And I want to be able to have Fight as 1 available to assist in keeping some of my stuff alive. If they have Burn Down, I can just use this. Fight as 1 will help with the Crux. Okay, they're just replaying Crucias, which is fine. Alright, we're gonna pop this. We're gonna go ahead and draw a card off of it. I want to see if I can find some answers to get rid of him. Okay, Boromir could help. Let's just go flying through here. I don't see a reason why we don't just turn everything sideways. Because this just pressures them even further with the 1 ring. I know they can eat it with the Scrap Chomper, but it just becomes a question of how much damage are they willing to take off of it before they gotta let it go. Okay. So, yeah, we're going to go Mondrak. And that leaves us with the protection spell up. So, we're good. We can also just sacrifice things that aren't going to survive to Mondrak and make it indestructible. So it just depends on what they got. But the only thing that would suck is like a Meat Hook Massacre or, oh, what is that? My brain. Languish. That's the spell. We're gonna do Brave the Elements now and name Black. Yeah, you're not putting your Clawing Torment on my crap. Now, if they want to wipe the board, then we're kind of screwed. So it could be a matter of I might have made a mistake there. Target opponent discards a card. Okay, so they got rid of the Resolute Reinforcements, which is fine. There's Jory. So now they're just loading the board up with little stuff. Which is whatever. Because again, I don't see a reason not to turn things sideways. Especially if I just plop the Boromir down first. Alright, and I have Samwise and Fight as one in hand, so everything is going in. I said, are you going to try to gang block, or are you just going to chump? Oh, they're chumping. Alright. So the question is, do I let that go? Yeah, we let it go. That's fine. They have something holding priority, and I don't know what it is. Lunar Frenzy, you say? Okay. I think I'm gonna do the Fight as one at this point. Actually, or do I let it die, or do I protect it? I'm trying to think of what I want to do here. I think the smart play is actually to do the Phyrexian costs plus 1 white. We'll sack the Usher because it's going to die anyways, and we're going to sack the 1/1. That'll protect Mondrak from dying to this. And then we'll still have Fight as one available to protect for my brain here, sorry. Either the Thraben Inspector or Boromir, and then one of the non-creatures. Yeah, see, they took that extra damage, and it's like, you probably should have been blocking some of that. I mean, you're drawing a bunch of cards, but man, you're getting on the verge here. They're gonna have to get rid of that. Alright, well, I'll discard Sam. I don't care right now. Oh, they got my Giver of Runes. Damn it. That would have been nice. Now, so far, we haven't really had any, like, tokeny stuff. It's just been, like, random white beatdown, but it's like, whatever. Yeah, I don't know that you can afford to attack at this point. Now, I gotta hover over the card because I don't know the rules on it. Is it... Okay, you have to pay to sacrifice it. Alright. It's good to know. Alright, let's get Saradoc down. That'll give us a couple hobbits to work with and a card. That would have been nice. But, you know. It's like if I give it +1, that knocks them down. But they have to sack it this turn. That's the thing. I'm just going to swing with the Welcoming Vampire. Yes, yeah, they had to get rid of it. Or no, they didn't get rid of it. What are they... Oh, they're just sacking other stuff. Like, what are they doing? I'm confused. Okay, so where's the 3 damage going? I'm just gonna use the fight as 1 and go like this and say this is indestructible and that's indestructible. I mean, it doesn't really hurt me. Okay, they're channeling Tech and Numa? Okay. I'm going wide here. Because that means they have to block everything. Yeah, they had to block all of that, because otherwise it would kill them. You didn't leave mana open. Yeah, they goofed up. They needed to leave mana open for the scrap chomper in order to get rid of the 1 ring. So now it's going to deal 4 and they're going to go to 1. And I have indestructible. So unless they have a way to negative all my stuff, my board lives. And I just have to survive 2 turns. Including this turn. Yeah, that was a major flub because they should have gotten rid of the ring. Okay. So they got Jury back. I'm trying to figure out. I'm just gonna sack that and make all my stuff indestructible. I'm not even gonna mess with it. Saradoc can be the ring bearer, because why not? I mean, unless they play something to sack the ring, I can just pass the turn. I don't even have to swing at them. I mean, I'm not gonna gamble on that, but they can't destroy it. You got 1 mana, so they can't use the one that blows up an artifact and gives you 3 goblins. That doesn't do any good because the ring's indestructible. It has to be a sacrifice. Okay, they brought the Scrap Chomper back to their hand. That's still not good enough. Resolve. Alright, so the Prospector sacked it for the Reds. The Scrap Chomper's there. They're still dead. Because I think they might be thinking they can sacrifice it with the trigger on the stack, but they can't. Which, I mean, I'm not even going to take the chance. I'm just gonna say white. And the Welcoming Vampire is coming to say hello. I mean, they might have something to kill it. Doesn't matter. Uh-huh. Okay, they had a fatal push, and that's fine. Again, doesn't matter. End turn, upkeep trigger goes on the stack because you can't play a spell during your untap step or ability. The trigger's on the stack, they're dead. I figured they would go ahead and blow it up anyways, but I was hoping they would. I was hoping they would so you could just see that it doesn't matter. As soon as you go into the untap, as soon as the upkeep triggers, it's on the stack, you're toast. Heliod, so we got this lovely life gain deck. Alright. This is an ugly hand. We're mulling that. Alright, that's better. That's way better. Alright, so let's get the Giver of Runes down. I want it to get past its untap summoning sickness crap. Okay. Clarion Spirit makes it so it's like we're doing something else. Because now I can do double spells and other things. Alright, so I think it's Usher Raven Inspector? Yeah, is there any... I couldn't... Okay, no, it's not. There's not a mana cost involved. I'm going to go ahead and drop the Bauble, too, just to get it down. I'm going to give this Pro White, and I'm just going to swing through. Just to chip damage in, because we need to chip damage in as much as we can as we're working our way along here. Yeah, it started raining outside. That's a sound I haven't heard in a while. Okay, she first strikes, so I'd have to dump everything in front of her to keep. So I would lose 2 creatures to the 1. So I'm not gonna play that combat math. I'm gonna get Saradoc down because I can give him protection with the Giver and still come out ahead of the game here, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and do Usher of the Fallen Pro White, and we'll swing with the Flyer and the Usher. Because again, we need to keep chipping away at this life total because they're just going to gain so much of it back. Of course, I could be walking into a board wipe right here because a day of Judgment or a Wrath of God would just wreck my face right now. Okay, they might have been land shy. Hard to say. Alright, so now we have a 4/4. I think the Thraben Inspector is going under the bus. We don't need to be taking extra damage right now. But I do need to get rid of her because that life gain is going to get... Oh, perfect. Okay, so let's do Minas Tirith. Let's do... Yeah, let's go ahead and do the Lorien Brooch. It's not going to do us any good, but it's going to give us the second spell to get the Clarion Spirit to do things. I'm going to get rid of the blocking, life-gaining pain in my neck. And we're just going to go wide here. Just to chisel out some life. Alright, so there is Mangara. Let's keep that in hand. Let's go ahead and draw a card off of this. I mean, that's kind of interesting because I can just say 1 and get rid of their crap, which is hilarious. Giver of Runes. Let's just do Usher so I can swing and get a token off of it. And we'll just swing like this. I don't care. Draw your card. And I'll go ahead and get that. I still have mana left over for the Wayfarer's Bauble. Alright, there's a Baneslayer. Okay, this is fine, because the by invitation only, I'm gonna say 3, and I'm killing the entire board. I'll take the hit. Only because it means I'm maximizing the amount I can tear out of them later without damaging me so much. So this is one of the reasons I like by invitation only, because I can do this. I can say 3 and go sack, sack, and sack. They lose all of it, and I keep all this. And I get to actually play around with the Usher of the Fallen and get another creature back out of it, too. So, it's all good. Now, again, it's going to suck if I get Wrath. Yes, I just got Wrath. But, I deserved it. We'll just play Saradoc again. I really wish they would play a non-basic land, but they may not have any in their deck. I don't know. Alright, they got Heliod back down. I think Boromir's the play just to protect our board. And I'll just leave the mana open to, or actually I can't do that. We'll just go with this. Screw it. I was going to draw the card, but I'd rather have the removal spell open so I can get rid of any life-gaining pains in my neck. Alright, yeah, no. Nope. I probably should have kept it for her, but I'm just like, no. Oh, okay, this works. No, go away. Top decks are us. Alright, perfect. Oh god, it feels so good. I frickin' hate that commander. Legolas, this is gonna be a tough fight. I have this deck built and I will have it on the channel in a few days, and Legolas is a nasty piece of work. Oh, good. They didn't have the turn 1 mana dork. Because I'll tell you what, that is just... it's ugly, let's put it that way. I'm just happy to have fight as 1, because at least I have a way to make it indestructible. Oh, and I have a slip on the ring, too. Alright. That means I'm going to save now for Wrath, now for Ruin. I think, because then they could do that. Because what they do is they target it and then they shoot, so it's harder to do. I think... Actually, Grateful Apparition, because I still have the mana available. Okay, so now I have the ability to do Saradoc. That's good. Alright, we're going to go ahead and just tap the 2 hobbits. Make it big enough. They caught on to what I was doing, which is fine. So I can blink Saradoc and I can use Fight as 1 on the Grateful Apparition. And I'm going to use Fight as 1 first if they do that, those targeting tricks. Alright, so here is the Fight as 1. We're gonna keep that alive. And I still have Slip on the Ring if I need it too. So I'm wondering if they're trying to stack the counters on Legolas and try to shoot at Saradoc. Oh wow, they're just... Alright, we'll resolve the first one. I think... You know what, I'm gonna blink this one. Because I have Now for Wrath, Now for Ruin in my hand, I'm gonna make him the Ring Bearer. And now Legolas can't block him. So as long as we can get another little creature on the board, we can do some dumb stunts. All right, so now I don't want to do that now then, because then he can block Saradoc if I do that. I think I'm just gonna swing with him. It doesn't make any sense not to. Yeah, you can't block him, so and now we're gonna do this, because then that means they gotta cough up 2 more fight spells if they want to kill Saradoc. And we'll make the Hobbit the ring bearer, because, you know, why not? So probably sack the Mind Stone to draw a card here. Okay, there's Ronus. That's a problem, because they can use that to pump Legolas up in order to do some dumb stuff too. Alright, so we're gonna go draw a card and see if I can get some answers to Legolas. Oh, that's somewhat of an answer. Let's do. See, if I do Minas Tirith, I can do. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do Brave the Elements, naming green. They might have a fight spell on hand. I don't know. Let's name green. We swinging wide. Ooh. Now, the problem with that is it makes Legolas better, but it makes Ronus worse. It also makes my stuff better. We'll drop Tokasia's Welcome. We'll keep the Harmonious Archon. And we'll go ahead and draw a card off of this. Okay. Yeah, we're proliferating. That was the main reason why I did it, because I wanted to get as much damage through as I could. Oof. That's rough. That's a whole lot of rough over there. But Harmonious Archon can cut him down to size, which is nice. Let's see, pace, power, and toughness 3/3, because then Legolas becomes a 5 power, but then Ronus becomes a 3 power. God, there's so many dumb little things about this. I'm trying to think how this would work out in the grand scheme of things. I think I just need to sit back and wait a second, because I can't swing with the Hobbit either, because Legolas is a 3/6. I think I need to wait for them to make their move and then protect myself. Alright, there's the move. And there's the protect. Unfortunately, why would you swing? I don't get that one. That was a weird thing. If I play that, oh God, this is so annoying. Legolas is a pain in my butt, is what he is. Again, I'm just gonna have to sit and wait, because there's just nothing I can do to beat around that stupid 6 butt on that thing. Yeah. Yeah, we'll take the hit, because that's all I can do. I mean, the Plaza I could do it to, you know, do... Okay, that's a thing we can do. Stupid Legolas. I think I have to do this, though. I gotta cut Kogla, Vorinclex, and Ronus down to size. At least for now. I mean, it's probably gonna fight and smash something, because Ronus can just do a death touch fight. So, I'm gonna switch with the Apparition. If Legolas wants to die right here, I'm okay with that. Do you have a targeting spell and I'm just walking into this? Hey, what do you know? Walked right into that one, didn't I? Yep. Well, like I said, this deck is dumb, and they're doing some stuff that I have in my deck. Alright, the 9/9 gets blocked. Now, I'm trying to figure out why they bothered to swing with Legolas when I have a Harmonious Archon, but they might have a fight spell to work with. I don't know. Oh. Well, that's interesting. Let's do Bilbo's Ring, because it's cheap to equip to one of my two. We'll equip a halfling. Let's put it on the ring bearer, because if they want to kill that, I don't care so much as I care about Saradoc. Alright, so let's swing these two, because they're not blockable. Inspector can go. I want the Mithril Coat to hang around for Saradoc. Because I can block something with that and just flash this in. Oh my god, we pulled out of that nosedive? Holy crap. Ellywick Tumblestrum. Alright, let's see if we can end this night on a undefeated note. Because right now, we're out of the 4 games we've played tonight, we've won all 4 of them. And this hand is not it. I can tell you that much right now. That's much better. So let's go with the curve. Yeah, once in a while this deck will just give you a hand of just bleh, and you have nothing to do. And you just have to ship it because it's just yuck. Alright, so can level Paladin class to keep the Clarion Spirit alive, which I like that idea, and then just swinging. Because the other option would be to play the Arcane Signet, but I would rather have that play to go with the Samwise if I need it, because then I can get two things off the spirits or whatever. Alright, so they have 4 mana available, so that's probably Ellywick mana. Okay. Because her thing is venture straight up, top 6, reveal legendary and gain 3 life, and emblem with trample haste +2/+2 for each different named dungeon. Okay, so I don't play against Ellywick very often, so I have to look at it and go, what does this thing do? Alright, so they did Dungeon of the Mad Mage, so they gained a life. Let's do... I think at this point, it's just play Saradoc and swing at Ellywick. Keep her down, because if she gets hit again, she dies.
Who's ready for adventure?
And I could do Samwise just to get an additional Hobbit token, plus I can use that to pump Saradoc up too. And they're eyeballing. It's like, okay, what do you got in green? You can't fight it to death. You don't got enough power there. Because even if you use something like Inscription of Abundance or whatever, you're not going to get it big enough to kill Saradoc at this point. Okay, so they're going fetching for lands. If we draw a land, I might do Felidar Retreat and just dunk the land. Okay. So this becomes a question of how do I want to handle this? Because there's nothing in the graveyards. They can't do anything with that. I think it's going to be Arcane Signet. And I think I can flash that in. Yeah, I think it's going to be these two. Actually, let's do Saradoc at their face and Clarion Spirit at Ellywick. And I'm going to go like that. Because I can flash Samwise in before damage. Okay, they blocked. So we're going to flash in Samwise. I'll get a token off of that. Samwise doesn't do anything for me, but that's okay. We'll make that a ring bearer, and then we're going to activate this, tapping these two. And then smack. And I still have Fight as One available to protect with. We're going to actually sandbag the land, though, just in case I want Felidar Retreat available to just pump the board and go ham here. And I have Fight as One for like any kind of single target stuff. That doesn't do anything for us. Okay. Kind of a pain in the butt, but... Alright, they have a Gargaroth. Also kind of a pain in the butt. Alright, oop, don't drop that. So, we can... If we drop the land, we can do that, but I'd rather just do Felidar Retreat and drop a land and put counters on everything. Alright, so that puts us there. Doesn't really behoove me to attack just yet. I think I'm just going to sit on it. Because that Gargaroth just blocks way too much. Like, they would just put it in front of, like, the Clarion Spirit or whatever. There's no reason to do it just yet. It's not like I'm waiting on a board wipe in white or black or red to, like, just wreck my day. So I have a little bit of luxury here. Now, I do have to watch out for the fight spells. So... Yeah, see, that's what I was waiting on. Nope. Unless you got another one. Resolving. I probably should have made it give me some lifelink. That I probably should have made Saradoc give me lifelink, but it's whatever. Because they might still... No, they didn't attack. I'm surprised. Okay, so now we have something interesting going on. So we're going to go ahead and do this. We'll +1 counter everything up again. We're going to go ahead and give this level 3. I'm going to play the Dauntless Bodyguard targeting Saradoc. We're going to go to combat. And I am going to go for the face. Just with that one, they have to block it. Well, they don't have to. They can take 8 to the face. I mean, I'm okay with that. Okay. Do they have a way to make it indestructible? Okay. I was hoping to eat a Gargaroth and then they played the goose. No, I don't use this for it. Gets +1/+1 for each other attacking creature. So I have to have a way to make something be able to punch on through, and I'm trying to think of how to go about doing that. That Sculptor of Winners in the way. It's like I can give something unblockable on the ground, but then it's just like that thing is just a trip hazard. Alright. They're up to something. Titan. Uh-oh. I don't know if you picked up that thunderbolt. It just came through my window, but dang. They're gonna go after my enchantments. I hate you. Well, not much I can do there. I can't even use Plaza to do much with it. That's the bad part. Oh, really? Well, we're gonna pass the blockers. I'm gonna put Saradoc in front of it. I'm gonna activate tapping these two. And then I'm gonna make Saradoc indestructible and kill their Gargoth. And gain 7 life for my trouble. Oh, wait. Huh? My brain hurts. Did they make it? Oh, they put a shield counter on it. I'm stupid. That's what it was. Alright, so these two yahoos are gonna come through. Because the big bozos can't block the this guy. And if they gang block, I'm throwing the mithril coat on it to kill all the little guys. Alright, so we managed to beat our way through one of those. Because mithril coat would go on this because it's legendary, because it's the ring bearer.
Come on, hurry up, let's go.
Alright, so they're scrying. He's got this big wall of beef, and it's hard for me to beat my way through it. Losing Felidar Retreat really sucks. I almost want one of my other Ring Tempt cards to move the Ring Bearer over to like the Clarion Spirit or something. Just so I can keep Saradoc available to do blocks and stuff. Past the blockers. I think at this point I'm gonna block and flash the code in, because I don't need to be taking a bunch of damage. So now I have a permanently indestructible beat stick to work with, and I still have Plaza to protect the other creature if I need to, or Sam, depending on what I want. Man, all these 3/3s they keep making, though, are just really blah. That's very useful. Let's see what they block with here, though. I'll keep Saradoc back as a blocker for the Gargaroth, but I'm gonna chew up the 1/1. Come on. Alright, that is what I wanted. Next to damage done, and we'll drop this. Alright, so what that does for us in the grand scheme of things is I can give pro green, and if I swing wide, there's a big unblockable double striking thing that's able to come piling through if they're not careful. And if Vorinclex comes at me, Saradoc's blocking it and pumping up to kill it. So... uh-oh. Now that's a problem. Okay, they're going to put all of it on the Gargaroth. Crap. So that's going to come trampling through. Let's see if they go ahead and do Vorinclex or not, though. Because that could be a problem. I'm kind of wanting them to swing with Vorinclex right now. Dang it. Alright, they didn't do it. So I think the play is actually to block with Saradoc and Samwise. Pump with Saradoc, tapping Samwise and the other Hobbit to make him big enough to kill the Gargaroth, and then I'm going to use Plaza of Heroes to make Sam indestructible, and hope this is enough to kill the Gargaroth. Because if they have a way to make it indestructible, we're screwed. Okay, so they untap the land. Okay, they're just fetching lands now. All right, now comes the question: can I kill them? Because if I make Saradoc unblockable, give him double strike, pump him up to, what would he be? 1, 2, 3, 4. So it'd be +4, or I can just swing and yeah, either way it's +4. So then he'd be a 9. So it'd be 18 unblockable double strike damage. It's kind of a pain in the butt. We're gonna do this. We're just gonna go unblockable against green. Pick the right color, please. And it's just him going face. And next to blockers, and we're just gonna do tappy because the 2/2 is fodder. All right, and we'll go ahead and I could have dropped this to do attacks with vigilance and stuff like that, but there was no point. I mean, they're gonna be able to kill my ring bearer Hobbit if they want, or Sam, or the Giver, which actually would be the smart play. I'm hoping they don't see that, but no, they saw it. So now I have to hope for like Bilbo's ring or something like that, so I can make Saradoc unblockable and kill him.
Listen, buddy, we're gonna run you over.
They got a lot of beef though. They completed one of the dungeons, so they have the emblem for Ellywick. Again, I wish I had a way to undo the ring bearer shenanigans so I could try to punch through, but I'm going to take the hit. Because we have enough life, we can take at least 1 or 2 of those kind of big chunks. Lord's Escape might get us some answers, but I can't punch through any of this either. So we're just going to sit on this for the time being. Because unfortunately they had like 4 things that could block the ring bearer Hobbit. And at this point I just need to defend myself and gain some life back. Because that's a problem. Yeah, it's like I need Bilbo's ring, or I need the thing that gives me protection from green until end of turn. The Brave the Elements, I think it is. And then I could punch across. Definitely been one of the more interesting games tonight. Trying to figure out my way around this cluster over here.
There are so many
All
things
right.
to see.
Okay, they're going with Vorinclex. Okay. So past the blockers, I'm gonna put I'm going to put Saradoc and a 3/3 in front of that, and I'm going to put, what do I want to do with that? Shoot. Doesn't matter. I have to have the unblockability here, so we have to defend ourselves from this. Because I'm taking 17 no matter what. Oh, it's actually going to be 18. Alright, so Saradoc's going to tap. We're going to tap here and here, because those... That's the way that's going to go. And then I'm going to make the Clarion Spirit indestructible. And nope. Right now, it's unblockable or bust. There's just no way around this. That would have been nice, you know, a bajillion years ago. At this point, not so much. Because they have 4 blockers. And, well, if I do that, they have to block everything. This might be the answer. Because we can pump it twice. And I can just give the 5/5 the double strike. Yeah, they have to individually block each one of these. They can't double block or do anything funky like that. And it's like, yeah, I could take, you know, what is that? 21, I'm at 22. As long as they can't pump, I live. And the nice part is the 2 hobbits have vigilance because of the intangible virtue, and the intrepid adversary can block and gain us life.
I've got friends everywhere.
It's a questing beast. Okay. Well. Oh, they're going all in on that thing. All right. So, past the blocks. The 5/5 is going to eat the tangle. Oh, they gave up. Wow. That was their YOLO of the night. So I would have blocked the 5/5 into the Florahedron, and the 6/4 would have blocked the questing beast. We would have gained 6 going to 28, took the 17, and then cracked back and killed them. So either way, they were a little screwed. So what do you guys think? I had a ton of fun with this deck. Now, that's not to say that this is an undefeated deck. Far from it. I've been testing this deck now for about 2 weeks, just kind of trying to get it honed in on what I wanted in the deck and what I didn't want in the deck. And tonight was just happened to be a good chain of games off of it and to see things. But it is a very fun deck. If you're good with white aggro strategies and you don't want to really put too much thought into what's going on in the deck, other than trying to figure out should you tap or should not tap a Hobbit down to get Saradoc bigger and when you need to attack, there's not a whole lot of thought process. It's basically turn things sideways and smash face. That said, what do you guys think? I want to know in the comments below. What would you add to the deck? What would you take away from the deck? I'm all ears. And until next time, thank you for watching. Have a great day.